So you finally caught alive. How y'all doing? What's going on? Today is March 8th. 2022. I'm gonna have to start saying the date when I start my midday shows and stuff like that, especially for the podcast that we be having going on out here on Anchor and Spotify. In case you can't catch a player around here, you can go on and listen to it over in those places. The 414 is in this bit. Say got my lunchtime notification. The 757 is in the building. You say shout out to First. I appreciate that right there. Say first to like. All right. Listen, I appreciate that. As y'all come on in, go ahead on and click the thumbs up button so we can get the party started around here. For those of you who may not know, I am Willie Williams. This is the Willie Williams Show. This is the midday show where you can get some news around here in these streets. Please remember to subscribe to everything that you see me do, everything that you see me on. Go ahead on and subscribe. Oh, I need some more Instagram subscribers. What it is, the WW Show on Instagram. You can go ahead on and check the player out. I'm on Facebook, Willie Williams Show. You can go ahead on and check that out, or is it the WW Show on Facebook? Check it out. Google it. Do something fly like that right there. DC is in the joint. What's happening? The 704 in the house. Big word. I hear the hot screen. Illinois is in the house. What it do? So you should upload your IG shows on here. But listen. I tried to do the IG show on Saturday, but the program that they said to use, the software, with my software, but the program, they was like, well, you can use this to link up to Instagram so you can go live from your computer. It didn't work. Maybe I need to go ahead on and try it again, but I tried it 3 times on that day, and I did not succeed. The 505 is around here hiding from the boss. Listen, just don't get caught. You know what I'm saying? Just keep listening to a player. Say, hey, Willie, the 801, Salt Lake City, Utah is back in this mother for 30 minutes of fire. Watch 2836 and your 9. That's what's up. The 256 is in the building. Say, let's go fire. That's what's up. We finna go ahead on and get into it. Say, salute y'all. Say, let's get the likes up ASAP. Yeah. Let's start early. Listen, please remember, go around to the WillieWilliamsShow.com. Y'all check out a few things. Subscribe to the website. If you'd like to support a player from the website, you can click the gear link, pick up some for you and your children out here in the street. Do something nice for people. That had nothing to do with what I'm talking about. If you'd like to see what we call the event video, please go around to the Patreon, The Willie Williams Show. The links is down in the description. If you would like to support a player, you can watch, share. Thumbs up. We do got a PayPal. We got a Cash App. Willie Williams Show. Willie Williams Show. $ Willie Williams Show. That's what's up. Got a PayPal link. And we do got the Super Chat. And if you just so happen to, you absolutely have to use Super Chat, please don't do over $5. I don't know if I get that right there. It might just all go to YouTube. That's what's up. Moving right along. Say the Bronx, New York is in it. Say what's popping. Pastor say let's get it. Let's get this 30 minutes of fire. We finna go on and jump into it right now. Listen, we all feel the changes from the gas pumps. I talked about gas prices yesterday, and it's out here. I heard some on the news. Because I be watching the news. I be having to find something to talk about. So shout out to my president, your president, our president, Biden, talking about the gas prices. Which is something that he's supposed to be talking about, which is great. But for what I heard that these people saying that the American people agreed to, kind of throw me off. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Esther for the $3 cash app. Say front row so I can hear you preach. I appreciate that right there. Let's go ahead on and get the volume correct, which I should have had the volume correct before I even came on here. But, players mess up. Here we go. Y'all listen to this right here.
Gas prices here in the U.S. to an all-time high overnight. The national average is now $4.17 a gallon. The Biden administration is still considering options to try to ease some of the pain at the pump.
Okay.
Weisha Zhang is at the White House with more on that part of the story. Weisha, the prices are going up, and people here are not happy, but I hear people are willing to pay if it's going to help the people in Ukraine. Good morning.
Did y'all hear that? People is not happy about the increase in gas prices, but some people say that they're willing to pay the higher gas price to what is the word that you use? To help out. Ukraine. But let me bag it up, make sure I got the words right.
Saying is that the White House was more on that part of the story. Weisha, the prices are going up, and people here are not happy, but I hear people are willing to pay if it's going to help the people in Ukraine.
If it's going to help the people in Ukraine. Here we go.
Good morning to you.
Callie in the building. What's happening?
Good morning to you, Gail. Good morning, everybody. That's exactly why Congress is still preparing to pass bipartisan legislation to stop buying Russian oil, because lawmakers say they don't want any American dollars funding the war. And President Biden has vowed to do whatever he can along the way to bring gas prices down. But it is who he is turning to instead of Russia that is raising some new questions. On a video call, President Biden and European allies promised to keep punishing Russia, possibly with a ban on buying its oil. A new national poll shows the majority of Americans, 71%, said they would support the move, even if it meant higher gas prices here in the U.S.
Stop it right there. Stop it right there. Would you support a ban on Russia, or if it meant higher gas prices in the great United States of America? 71% of y'all, you people, said yeah. 22% of you people said no. I don't remember seeing this poll, but I do understand how polls work. I do understand they don't ask everybody. I get it. That's not even my argument. Who said $5 and $6, $7 that you willing to do that? All right, $20 increase. All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? No. I say $20. My bad. 20-cent increase. All right, cool. Yeah. We don't pretend to care now. We ain't doing that. Oakland is checking in. What's happening? The 225 St. Francisville, Louisiana's in the building. Listen. Who said that it was okay and agreed to the $5 and $6 and $7? I know. They say the average price in the country is round about $4.17. Okay, cute. We know in a hell of a lot of states. I just saw the racetrack gas station this morning. Hurt my heart. $4.29 for regular gas. And I don't even use regular. So when the regular gas is high, I know the 93 octane is high. So now typically don't watch gas prices because I'm like, I need gas. You know what I'm saying? So. But I just want to point this out that they did a poll and a whole bunch of y'all said, yeah. The people who they polled. He said, my kids need to eat. You know what I'm saying? Listen, so I understand if they want to know whether people support Ukraine, I get that. But y'all talking about folk gas. Y'all talking about taking the money out of people's households in support, which I do believe if you say that you support something, you should put your money up. Personally, I'm just saying. But they must have asked 100 people or something inside a small room or something. I don't know, because I didn't see the poll like on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or nothing. I ain't see nothing. Maybe it was out here. I just had to show y'all that right there to let y'all know what's going on out here in these streets. Moving right along, I'm not even much gonna hold you like we say around here. Let me. Oh, whoa. Let's not do that right there. Listen, as you come on in, hit the like button, the thumbs up button. I need you around here. Please help a player out. I did the wrong thing. I thought that I had this thing set up right here because this is sad. This is a sad short video that I saw that can happen at any given time. At any given time depends on who you are, as I should say. It depends on who you are, the company that you keep. And we got to be careful about the company that we keep, especially a whole bunch of females. Watch yourself. Watch 23-699, as I always say. But here we go.
All new tonight, he spent over a year on the run, but tonight St. Pete police say they've arrested the man who's accused of killing a young mother of two. Back in November of 2020, police say Tyree Bell got into an argument with Arnesia Milton's boyfriend, and later, when he ran into the couple, he started shooting at them. Milton was killed. She was just 23 years old. Police say she was an innocent bystander who was never involved in that argument. We're told U.S. Marshals took Bell into custody on an outstanding warrant. He's now charged with first-degree murder.
Charged with first-degree
All new tonight,
murder.
he spent over a year on the run, but
remember, she had nothing to do with it. So I want y'all to really understand the company that we keep, the relationships that we keep. You can be putting yourself in harm's way if you're not dealing with people who know how to conflict resolute. So all we can say that her player, her boyfriend, her man, her hubby got a shot. Because he didn't know how to control whatever situation that was going on. So this is a real problem. A lot of us is with people who do not know how to conduct themselves outside the home.
tonight St. Pete police say they've arrested the man who's accused of killing a young mother of two. Back in November of 2020, police say Tyree Bell got into an argument with Arnesia Milton's boyfriend, and later, when he ran into the couple, he started shooting at them.
He came back. So whatever the argument was, y'all forgot about it. Y'all weren't watching your 12-3-6-9. It can come at any time. Listen, nowadays, 2022, we got to understand, arguing with people really makes no sense. I ain't arguing. You got it, player. You good. My bad. Oh, I was in the wrong. My bad. You right. Because people have no problem with coming back. People have no problem with going to what we call the resort, which is prison. People have no problem with leaving Earth. What we call is having a funeral. People don't care no more. Like I won't say the majority. I would say a large number of people do not care about leaving the planet and going to the resort. So just keep that in mind and try your best to stay safe out here in these streets. Be careful. Watch 12-3-6-9. Moving right along. I'm trying to tell you, we finna get on through this thing. I got to give you what you're here for. This that midday news. Go on and move that one right there, and maybe I can start just sliding this right here. I got to take you to Florida. I got to take you to Florida because hell, I have to take you to Florida, but this is just not about Florida. Well, hell, yeah. Well, it's about Florida, but this can expand to other states. So we just got to pay attention. You always stay up on the news and watch what your representatives be out here passing. The law that is being passed. We got to pay attention. Shout out to Obadiah for the $5 cash out. Say that midday 5. Appreciate that right there. Let me go ahead on and put this here up on the screen. I got the sound right, and here we go.
Back here at home, new at 11, a new ordinance in Pasco County aims to crack down on panhandling, not only by going after the people on the street asking for things, but also after the drivers, too.
Did y'all just hear that? They're going after the panhandlers and the drivers who will give to the panhandlers.
Commissioners say it's becoming a safety issue, so now both sides of the roadway give and take could face hefty fines. Fox 13's Jordan Bowen explains how it will work.
If you've driven down US 19 in Newport Richey, you've probably seen them. Panhandlers, sometimes in the median, other times in the midst of traffic. Local leaders say it's put people's safety at risk.
We have people out in the right of way get hit, run over, and killed. Sometimes they bring their kids, they bring their dog, they bring their bike.
They got their kids out there and their dog for sympathy. But a lot of times they actually do need help. But we do understand by having the kids and the dog out there, you need help. So it's not just about you, especially when it's males panhandling. It's harder for people to give, opposed to when it's a woman that's panhandling. Here we go, though.
And just kind of it's a dangerous situation.
Your motion?
Move approval.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
At the latest Pasco Board of County Commissioners meeting, all 5 commissioners voted unanimously to approve this new ordinance known as the Dangerous Use of Public Rights-of-Way Law. It makes it illegal for pedestrians to stand in the medians and for drivers to interact with them.
I understand it being illegal for them to stand in the median. I understand that because a lot of times you have to wait for them to get out of the road because we have a lot of panhandlers that is disabled. We have a lot of panhandlers that is veterans. We have a lot of panhandlers that is on essential products. And they be going from lane to lane, which that is a safety issue. So I'm with them on that right there. But here's the other problem.
First time we've had a situation where we have an enforceable ordinance, not only for the person who could be in the right of way, but also someone who's transacting business with that same person.
Now it goes to, of course, they is in different lanes. They jump from lane to lane to lane, depends on how big the intersection is. Shout out to Passion for the $5 cash app. Say, I got you on the big screen, Pass. I appreciate that right there. And y'all hit the like. Come on, y'all. We need to be over 200 right now. And I do understand that they go from lane to lane to lane, and we be putting dollars out, $5, $10, $100 outside the window, and they have to walk up to the vehicle because we can't, like, we're not gonna get out of our vehicle and walk to the side of the road and get them some money. It's not hot. It just don't work like that. It just don't.
Chair Jack Mariano explains the county faced difficulties enforcing their previous roadway solicitation ordinance. Citations were paused last February after a federal judge ruled in favor of a St. Johns County homeless man who was arrested asking for help. The ruling
he was arrested asking for help. This is in the great United States of America. We are arresting people for asking for help. I do understand if he was in that traffic, blocking traffic, causing the problem, and he didn't want to follow the rules or the directives of law enforcement. If he was told not to do something at that time and they arrested him, then it is what it is. Because we supposed to follow what law enforcement say. Just saying. Shout out to Defense Him for the $5 super chat. Say the 206 is in the building. Say 71%. The news line say they don't like black people over there. Say I wish I would give them some damn money. Hashtag stay to yourself, folks. Crazy.
Found that panhandling and begging is a protected First Amendment right. So for the last 12...
Listen, panhandling is a First Amendment right. I didn't know that. I just learned that. And I'm educated, and now you educated. Here we go.
Mon's attorneys for the county and county commissioners have been reworking the ordinance to fall in line with the law.
It's different than the one before, and we feel it's very enforceable. Lee County had implemented it first. I looked at it, I saw it, I read it, went over it with our attorneys. They thought it was enforceable. We just had to do some research on it a little bit more, and a few months later, we now have the ordinance that has been passed unanimously.
For the next 30 days, code enforcement officers will be out educating the public and handing out flyers to anyone who's violating the ordinance. Following the grace period, offenders could face fines up to $500 for not complying. Reporting in Pasco County, Jordan Bowen, Fox.
Did they say $500 or $5 fines? Hold on.
For not complying.
Wait, here you go.
Now the ordinance has been passed unanimously.
For the next 30 days, code enforcement officers will be out educating the public and handing out flyers to anyone who's violating the ordinance. Following the grace period, offenders could face fines up to $500 for not complying.
$500 for not complying. Woo, that's deep. When we trying to support the panhandlers, typically a lot of us only probably got $5, $10, $15. We'll give $1. You know what I'm saying? But now you're gonna charge me $500. I'm just saying. But so this is something that all drivers, especially in Florida, y'all better pay attention. Shout out to Willie in the chat. Say I got them quarters going for 50 now. Look here. Listen, pay attention in Florida. Once they pass out these flyers and that little grace period go on and you still think you're slick trying to help somebody out, You can get a $500 fine. We got to stay educated out here so we keep our money in our pocket. You know what I'm saying? They say, what about the water boys here in Atlanta? Boy, if they ever do Atlanta. Them water boys loose out there. Shout out to the water boys for trying to make a way, but y'all doing it in a dangerous way, you know. So just be safe out there. Say, yo, Willie, Alabama, the 334 is in the building. I appreciate y'all for being around here. Can we get the likes up over 200? Moving right along. I saw some a few days ago. And I was like, that's what's up. Okay. All right. They have this thing called Don't Say Gay. Don't Say Gay. In Florida. Because it's supposed to be going to the governor or getting to the governor's desk. There's a thing that the people is protesting. Florida students is protesting because of they don't want to pass the Florida. Damn it, I just had it up here. Hold on. Yeah, that I just do with it because I want to get this right. All right. Florida students protest the Don't Say Gay bill. I want y'all to hear what the Don't Say Gay bill is. Here we go. Say, hey, Willie, Houston is in the house. Shout out to Aaron for the $5 cash out. Say the panhandlers cannot pay $500. And this is what I'm saying. They is going to enforce the $500 on the drivers, not the panhandlers. Y'all, here we go. I want y'all to really pay attention to this protest and tell me what you think. Here you go. Oh, here you go.
We do not support an institution and a school system that does not support us!
Hundreds of Gibbs High School students surrounded Abby Garrettson as she led a protest against what critics dubbed the Don't Say Gay bill.
I think it really put into perspective, both for me and my peers, how many of us are affected to this.
Abby feels personally affected. She's bisexual and was raised by gay parents who have been together for 30 years. She knows the bill does not prevent students or teachers from saying gay, but she worries that it'll have a chilling effect on all LGBTQ discussions.
I think the basis of what the bill is saying is that being gay or liking the same gender or being transgender is inherently wrong.
That's not what supporters say. They call it the Parental Rights in Education bill. It would prevent lesson plans about gender identity and sexual orientation in kindergarten through 3rd grade or in a manner that is not age appropriate.
Did y'all hear that? This bill is about kindergarten through the 3rd grade. And the legislation or the people who create the bills saying we want to leave the power with the parents on what should be taught to their children when it comes down to sexuality, gender, and stuff of that nature.
Sponsors say those topics should be left up to parents to discuss. It also gives families more authority to take legal action against school districts they believe are in violation.
We are moving and have been moving in a direction of empowerment of parents that they're supposed to be in charge.
Still, a lot of students disagree and staged walkouts Thursday. From Tallahassee to St. Pete to Land O'Lakes and Brandon. High school students demonstrated, hoping lawmakers hear their concerns.
There's no inappropriate age to talk about your sexuality, identity.
And that's from a child. There's no inappropriate age, says the child.
You shouldn't have to go through it alone and question it yourself.
But in a matter of days, the bill could end up on the governor's desk. If so,
I think this was a moment to let students, even if we don't affect the bill, to feel like they have a say and to feel like they matter.
Again, the next step is a full vote in the state Senate. Right now, though, it's unclear when that is going to happen. Potentially, though, Linda, it could be sometime next week.
All right. Aaron Esmer reporting live for us. Thank you.
That's what's up. That's what they got going on out here. Shout out to Aaron for the $5 cash out. Say, so I can't say I'm happy? That's what's up. You can say that. You can say that. Say, what the F is wrong with this world? Say, why are they forcing this agenda, especially on children? Great question. Say they lost right now. Willie, give them some time. Listen, my problem is, well, in my opinion, as I speak, they stay in the child's place. Excellent. Leave the kids alone. Excellent. Did y'all understand the argument is kindergarten to the 3rd grade? That's what the bill is about. Kindergarten to the 3rd grade. Said nothing about middle school and high school. Kindergarten to the 3rd grade. Shout out to Stevie J for the $2 super chat. Say they need to sit their butts down out here in these streets. Say China teaching boys masculinity. Exactly. Remember when that came out? Say what makes them think they are gay? That's a great question.
Support an institution and a school system that does not support us.
She say we do not support a system, a school system, an institution that don't support us. Shout out to, oh man, I breathe. I think that's how you pronounce it. My bad. For the $4.99 super chat, I appreciate that right there. She say that they do not support the institution and the school districts and all this stuff that don't support them. Social media has shown how it's destroyed these kids. I'm in agreement with that right there. That the school, you saying the schools don't support the LGBT community, baby, you in Florida. What is we talking about? Look around. Y'all able to have a protest about the LGBT community at school. I'm not understanding. Children is arguing the rights of parents on how to teach their children or what they child should be learning from K to 3rd grade. Say homeschool your children.
Hundreds of Gibbs High School students surrounded Abby Garrettson as she led a protest against what critics dubbed the Don't Say Gay bill.
Do y'all understand that these high schoolers is about to be adults with the mindset of taking the rights from the parents? I want y'all to understand this, because a lot of people don't. People ain't against the LGBT community like that. Everybody don't like y'all like everybody don't like everybody. Y'all problem is that y'all like to force what you believe on everybody. And that's the problem. That's the biggest problem. What you do behind closed doors is your business, baby. Don't nobody care. But when you're talking about these little bitty babies, the parents still should have the right of what their child is being taught.
I think it really put into perspective both for
the right to control what their child is being taught.
me and my peers, how many of us are affected to this.
Abby feels.
How are you all affected as high schoolers? This is not a bill for y'all. Has nothing to do with your high schoolers. I understand that you will fight for bills, legislation. I get that. I understand that. You say they just passed the bill? No.
Personally affected. So. She's bisexual and was raised by gay parents who have been together for 30 years. She knows the bill does not prevent students or teachers from saying gay, but she worries that it'll have a chilling effect on all LGBTQ discussions.
It'll have a chilling effect on what it does to all LGBT discussions. We're still talking about K to 3rd grade. Let me see. Don't say Don't Say Gay, did it pass? Let's see, because it has not went to the governor's desk yet. Wait. Poses. The federal state poses to pass the Don't Say Gay bill, but it has not passed. Florida Senate to vote on the measures that critiques dubbed Don't Say Gay.
I think the basis of what the bill is saying is that being gay or liking the same gender or being transgender is inherently wrong.
Do y'all understand she's going off what she believes it says? And this is the biggest problem with younger folk that grew up in this internet age. Y'all so much on feelings instead of what someone said. That's not what was said. Let me bag it up so y'all can hear her feelings and what she believed was said.
So what the bill is saying is
to what she believed the bill is saying. My bad. Shout out to Gasman 1989 for the $1.98 super chat. I appreciate that right there. Y'all listen to it now. Watch this.
All LGBTQ discussions.
I think the basis of what the bill is saying is that being gay or liking the same gender or being transgender is inherently wrong.
Nothing in that bill says it. Nothing says it's inherently wrong. They just saying from K to 3, that's a parent's decision, not a high schooler's or anybody else's decision.
That's not what supporters say. They call it the Parental Rights in Education Bill. It would prevent lesson plans about gender identity and sexual orientation in kindergarten through 3rd grade or...
Did y'all hear that? They will prevent, this is what the bill is.
It would prevent lesson plans about gender identity and sexual orientation.
Do y'all understand gender identity lesson plans? Why do kindergarten to 3rd grade need to be taught that in school? Shouldn't if the parents want the children to know, they would teach them that part? What does that have to do with them getting educated on their math, science, reading, like what does that have to do with kindergarten to 3rd grade? And I am surprised that it's not the whole elementary school. It shouldn't be taught, in my mind, in elementary period. Just in my mind, but I'm not a politician. I'm just pulling something out. Shout out to Passion for the $5 cash out. You say we living in our last days, confusing the babies out here in the street. A lot of people will say that.
In kindergarten through 3rd grade or in a manner that is not age appropriate.
In a manner that's not age appropriate, which the age appropriate thing is subjective. It depends on parents. Shout out to Mario for the $5 super chat. Say, when I went to school, say they never push racism or gay stuff on us because we know better. It was a different time when we went to school. It was a different time. Just in my mind, what you do in your bedroom and who you like sexually has nothing to do with kindergartners to 3rd grade. Shout out to Anna for the $4.99 super chat. I appreciate that right there. This has nothing to do, it should not be taught to children if a parent does not want it taught.
Bill's sponsors say those topics should be left up to parents to discuss. It also gives families more authority to take legal action against school districts they believe are in violation.
It gives parents more power now. Because y'all do know in certain states, California, when they was trying to, when they introduced the LGBT curriculums, I don't remember, somebody correct me or inform me. They said that the parents could not know the days that was going to be taught, because a lot of parents just wanted to keep their child home that day. The schools decided we're not going to tell you when. We're not going to tell you when because we don't want you to remove your child out when we're teaching this subject or this information. So they took the rights from the parents on what can be taught to their child.
We are moving and have been moving in a direction of empowerment of parents that they're supposed to be in charge.
Still, a lot of students disagree and staged walkouts Thursday. From Tallahassee to St. Pete to Land O'Lakes and Brandon. High school students demonstrated, hoping lawmakers hear their concerns.
Did y'all see the sign that the young man have up there? Say it's basic human rights. I'm so glad they don't have children yet. I'm so glad. Because there are some things that you wouldn't want your child to be taught other than LGBT. You wouldn't teach a child about crack now, would you? Like, or how to make meth or something. You wouldn't want to teach a kindergartner to the third grade. That's my point. There's just some things that nobody wants certain things taught to their children.
Students demonstrated, hoping lawmakers hear their concerns.
There's no inappropriate age to talk about your sexuality.
Do you understand that? Why is kindergartners talking sexuality in school? Why would that even be a thing? We all went to school. Remember back in the 70s, 80s, 90s, the early 2000s? Remember when they taught us about our sexuality in school? Oh, that's right. They didn't teach it. And we were just fine, right? We was okay. For the most part, we was great because we was there to get an education. Just saying. But when you let the baby speak,
identity, you shouldn't have to go through it alone and question it yourself.
But in a matter of days, the bill...
You shouldn't have to go through it alone and question it yourself. You're right. Why does it have to be done in school? That's for a child and a parent. You don't have to go through it yourself as a child. All you got to do is talk to your parent. Simple.
Could end up on the governor's desk. If so,
I think this was a moment to let students, even if we don't affect the bill, to feel like they have a say and to feel like they matter.
again, the next step is a full vote in the state Senate. Right now, though, it's unclear when that is going to happen. Potentially, though, Linda, that could be sometime next week.
That's what's up. That's what we got. So that's what's going on out here in these streets. Just have to let y'all know, be careful. Just make sure that we paying attention to everything that's going on, and nothing should be sliding by us, especially us as parents. You better be paying attention to what's going on in your district, your county, your municipality, your state, which us as good parents, we typically don't know what's going on in the school system. And by the time we find out what's going on in the school system, they already done passed the bill. When a lot of times you've had the chance to go down and vote for what they was going to pass or that they wanted to pass. You had the opportunity. You just didn't know what was going on, so you could not show up when it was time to vote. You know, us as good parents. Moving right along, say perverts. Willie say I'm 48 and graduated in 92 from high school, say, and ever been taught sex ed. Say they're wrong. Birds and the bees should be between parents and their children. Exactly. Especially in elementary school. Jesus, we can't go to school without talk about our body parts in kindergarten and third grade. We can't do that. But anyway, moving right along, we got a Breonna Williams. She in court. She done did something out here, as they say, some to the child that she loves. Here we go.
Bill mother pleads guilty to murdering her 5-year-old daughter, then dumping her remains in Alabama. The former Navy petty officer first class now faces up to life in prison.
You believe that this is in your best interest?
Yes, sir.
Can we get the thumbs up over 350? We need a thumbs up over 350. So listen, we need more people around here. The thumbs up helps. It helps, it helps, it helps. That's why I keep asking for it. Listen, hit the thumbs up, the PayPal, the Super Chat, and or the Cash Out. It all helps, y'all. Say especially kindergartners. Yep.
Prosecutors say 29-year-old Brianna Williams abused her young daughter for months, torturing her and putting her in a cage.
And the remains of 5-year-old Taylor Rose Williams were
She put that baby in the cage. That's what they say.
Found with evidence of malnourishment and trauma. News4Jax reporter Corley Peel joins us live outside the Duval County Courthouse with what we can expect now that Brianna Williams' charges have changed. Corley.
Brianna Williams has been in jail for the past 2 years, and from day one, she's been suspected in her daughter Taylor's disappearance and death. And now, since she's pleaded guilty, her charges have changed to second-degree murder. Brianna Williams gives the judge a
Her charges was changed to second-degree murder. Remember that.
clear answer as she announces her guilty plea for second-degree murder in her 5-year-old daughter's death.
Do you want to go forward with your plea today?
Yes, sir. Brianna Williams called 911 saying her daughter Taylor was missing and potentially kidnapped in November 2019. The former Navy petty officer appeared emotional on police body camera as she spoke with officers. This led to a massive search for Taylor. First responders and community members searched areas near Williams' home in Brentwood and the apartment they had just moved from on the south side. With no sign of Taylor, police say Williams stopped cooperating. Tracking technology led detectives to Williams' hometown of Demopolis, Alabama, a place she had recently been before her daughter's disappearance. Detectives ultimately found Taylor's remains in a wooded area.
Taylor Rose Williams' remains consisted of approximately 10% of her bones. Some of the recovered remains showed evidence of potential malnourishment, trauma, or disease.
Y'all see they had to dig in the ground?
Documents show Williams tortured, maliciously punished, or caged her daughter for more than 6 months before Taylor's body was found.
Shout out to Mario for the $2 super chat. Say the kids need protections from their mamas. You know that's right. But the mamas is the best. It's the best place for the children.
With mounds of evidence against her, Williams admits to her daughter's tragic death. Brianna Williams is back in court on May 11th. They will have a hearing to schedule for when her sentencing hearing will be. The judge says she faces a minimum of 20 to life in prison. I also did reach out to Taylor Williams' family today. They did not wish to comment at this time, but coming up tonight at 6, the new evidence of a state attorney's office presented in court today that they say they have against Brianna Williams. Reporting.
Thank you, sugar. Look here. This was a soldier. Perfect. Yeah. What did the girl do? What did the baby do to deserve to be caged, malnourished, and dumped off in the woods? What did she do to deserve 6 months of torture? Like I say, children is best left with their mamas because that's what society wants us to believe. That's what society wants us to believe, but story after story after story. And we still keep that same thought. Yeah, children is still best left with their mamas. Shout out to Aaron for the $5 cash out. Say she deserves an Oscar for her performance. But what she failed at is she stopped cooperating. Shout that baby out for having her real. She got low cut in that thing.
Mother pleads guilty to murdering her 5-year-old daughter and dumping.
You gotta ask yourself, where's dad at? Then you gotta ask yourself this: for 6 months she tortured her, so she wasn't in school, she wasn't in the daycare. You was on leave or something for 6 months or something, or you were stationed where you stay at. Now, a lot of people can say, well, you know, she was possibly mentally disturbed and all that good stuff right there. For 6 months, y'all can give her that if you want to. If you so choose to put it on a mental illness, you go ahead on to do that. Do y'all know that they is charging her with second-degree murder, something that she did for 6 months.
Remains in Alabama. The former Navy petty officer first class now faces up to life in prison.
So you mean to tell me that she didn't mean to kill her? She didn't mean to drop off at Alabama? That ain't what she had meant to do. Say social workers on the sister code.
You believe that this is in your best interest.
Prosecutors say 29-year-old Brianna Williams abused her young daughter for months, torturing her and putting her in a cage.
And the remains of 5-year-old Taylor Rose Williams were found.
5-year-old. Where's her grandma at? Where's her family? She never had visitors? Oh, Christmas time or nothing like that? No Thanksgiving? She wasn't going around nobody? What the neighbors ain't see the baby for 6 months. Do y'all understand? For 6 months? Wow.
With evidence of malnourishment and trauma. News4Jax reporter Corley Peel joins us live outside the Duval County Courthouse with.
Shout out to Michael for the $25 cash up. I appreciate that right there.
What we can expect now that Brianna Williams' charges have changed. Corley.
This is just absurd.
Brianna Williams has been in jail for the past 2 years, and from day one, she's been suspected in her daughter Taylor's disappearance and death.
From day one, they suspected it.
And now, since she's pleaded guilty, her charges have changed to second-degree murder. Brianna Williams gives the judge a clear answer.
They changed to second-degree murder. So what was they before it changed to second-degree murder? Was it third-degree murder?
As she announces her guilty plea for second-degree murder in her 5-year-old daughter's death.
Do you want to go forward with your plea today?
Yes, sir. Brianna Williams called 911, saying her...
Shout out to Mario for the $5 super chat. Say, let the fathers have the kids. At least they'll be protected. Yeah.
Daughter Taylor was missing
I'm in agreement.
and potentially kidnapped in November 2019. The former Navy petty officer...
Look at this. Ooh, I almost said something.
Appeared emotional on police body camera as she spoke with officers.
I hope you got this honorable discharge, baby. That was a joke. I know she got this honorable discharge. Hell, but to think about it, should she not, because, should she not be held in the military jail? In the military Leavenworth, or Leavenworth, or wherever that prison at, the Brig? Shouldn't she be doing military time?
19. The former Navy petty officer appeared emotional on police body camera as she spoke with officers.
Yep, I would have thought that you were lying too, according to what you're doing right here. You don't even know how to act, baby. You don't even know what you're doing, baby. You ain't thinking that, baby. Say crying them crocodile tears. Yeah, all acting. Yeah, she need to do some military time. Girl, we can't even understand what you saying, and you saying your baby missing. Leavenworth, Kansas. Oh, yeah. Send on up there. Put on some military time.
Led to a massive search for Taylor. First responders and community members searched areas near Williams' home in Brentwood and the apartment they had just moved from on the south side, with no sign.
And let me tell you how slow a lot of y'all is too. When y'all be doing stuff, y'all be taking y'all phones with y'all. I don't. It got GPS in it. I don't understand why we don't understand that when we go places with our phones, it can be tracked. Everything we do can be tracked as long as we have that GPS on us. Say, Willie, as a former investigator for the Army, they can turn her over to the state, bro. Oh, really? Well, hell, we need to push for the state to go ahead on and pick it up. Military need to pick that up. For real.
If Taylor, police say Williams stopped cooperating.
Right there is your problem. You start cooperating, baby. Something. I mean, we knew you were lying, baby.
Tracking technology led detectives to Williams' hometown of Demopolis, Alabama, a place she had recently been before her daughter's disappearance.
She tortured, abused, and caged her daughter and took the baby and buried her 8 months before she called the cops. Wow.
Detectives ultimately found Taylor's remains in a wooded area.
Taylor Rose Williams' remains consisted of approximately 10% of her bones. Some of the recovered remains showed evidence of potential malnourishment, trauma, or disease.
Documents show Williams tortured, maliciously punished, or caged her daughter for more than 6 months before Taylor's body was found. With mounds of evidence against her, Williams admits to her daughter's tragic death.
Admits to her daughter's tragic death. Children is best left with their mamas. I don't know how many times we're going to have to say this here, even after story after story, after year after year after year after year after. It's more mothers that take their child's life and or abuse the children. Say 8 months. That's how long it took her to get her lie and stay together. I'm trying to tell you, to get her lie and story together. And she still fumbled the ball. Still fumbled the ball. Look here, y'all. We're finna go ahead on and get into the main event because I saw something. And, boy, y'all know when I see something. I got to go ahead on and show y'all what I'm talking about. The main event, a father shoots his daughter ex-boyfriend. Shoots his daughter ex-boyfriend. Let me go ahead and put up on the screen. Y'all can see. And I want y'all to really pay attention to the treatment in the courtroom.
We start with that developing story. Deputies say that this man shot his daughter's ex-boyfriend several times while standing in the driveway. The 23-year-old victim now fighting for his life in the hospital. Deputies say the victim had just shown up at the house to see the man's daughter.
Investigators say the two were still friends. Fox 35's Valerie Boyd joins us live. She was in the courtroom when he faced a judge. And Valerie, he was stunned that he didn't get bonds.
That's right. You know, that dad says he was the one who called 911 for help, yet he's the one behind bars. This is body cam from the scene. Investigators say Todd Powers shot his daughter's ex-boyfriend. However, Powers claims he was the victim.
I would like to speak. Okay, excuse me.
I appreciate the correction. Yeah, shoots has 2 O's. You absolutely correct. I put a father shoots his daughter. Players mess up. Here you go. Appreciate the correction.
Powers goes before a judge, claims he was the victim.
I would like to speak. Okay, excuse me.
Powers goes before a judge, desperate to tell his side of the story despite advice from an attorney not to.
While my home was being invaded, my child was being attacked, and I called the police. So I don't understand why I'm being held without a bond or not.
Listen to the 911 call from the daughter.
Do you know who was doing the shooting? It was my dad. My ex-boyfriend just showed up to my house and he wouldn't leave. And they started fighting, so my dad shot him. Do you know why? My ex-boyfriend is harassing me. I don't know why he would pop up to my house.
And then I saw blood like having shot on the side.
Volusia deputies say 46-year-old Powers shot a 23-year-old man several times. This neighbor says he saw the victim laying on the driveway.
But he was gasping for air. And at first I thought he was dead. That's what I thought at first. But then I saw him, and then as soon as the police were able to give him first aid, and gave him CPR, and right away he reacted. Started moving around.
When the victim arrived to the driveway, that's when an argument started. Shortly after that, shots were fired. Powers says deputies never questioned him before being arrested.
I was placed under arrest without being charged for 6 hours, taken from my home. I'm the one that called the police, Your Honor.
And deputies say even though it was the victim who threw the first punch, it was Powers who shot the unarmed man. That man is now in critical condition. Live in Deltona, Valerie Boy, Fox 35 News.
We start with that developing.
Y'all understand what you just heard. Shout out to John for the $7 cash app. I appreciate that right there. So the ex-boyfriend, but they were still friends, showed up at the house, at that man's house. It's already a problem, even according to the daughter. The boyfriend stalking or something. He just wasn't supposed to be there. Gets into an altercation with the daddy because the daddy told him to get from around there. He wouldn't leave. And they say the victim, which is the boy, the man, the 23-year-old dude, threw the first blow. They in Florida. The daddy shoots the boyfriend and call the police. Let them know what's going on. Y'all gonna hold me with no bond, man? He at my house attacking my daughter. I get no bond, and I'm the one who called the police. Y'all, I am so confused. Say, damn, he got more pops than what he asked for. Yeah. Listen, let me tell y'all something else. If you're going to shoot somebody, make sure it's done right. Just make sure it's done right. You don't want to shoot somebody and they have a chance to come back. I don't believe in that comeback shit. I don't believe in that. Say, Lord, say these daughters and these boys who cause chaos to their family, it's a nightmare when they break up with them. Shaking my head. I've been saying that for years. Because these girls, they pick dudes that they really, really like. Dudes who typically ain't worth shit, but they really, really care about them. Just stand your ground, say DC in the building. This is what they do. They pick the wrong ones, and then they give them that monger. They probably, they pick the wrong ones, and they have great sexual experiences. And they might want to break up. I told y'all, just because you want to break up, the other person don't want to break up. But y'all still friends. Yeah, y'all still friends because you may be a nice person. But he don't understand that it's over. Say, was he jealous of the daughter's boyfriend or was he sleeping with the daughter, allegedly? Anything's possible out here in these streets. Anything's possible. But the daughter said he would not leave. I kind of don't know if the daughter wanted him to come round there. And I'm pretty sure, not pretty sure. But I can believe that she said, no, don't come round here. But because I know these babies out here in these streets, I'm pretty sure she told them just for a few minutes. We could talk just for a few minutes.
Story deputies say that this man shot his daughter's ex-boyfriend several times while standing in the driveway. The 23-year-old victim now fighting for his life.
You say, Willie, do darky hue folks get to stand their ground? Oh, yeah. There is cases where the darky hue players done got off for stand your ground. Shout out to KD for the $2 super chat. Say keep the doors of the church open. I appreciate that right there.
A hospital. Deputies say the victim had just shown up at the house to see the man's daughter.
You say, I bet the daughter was still dealing with him. I'm in agreement to that. I promise you I'm in agreement.
The two were still friends. Fox 35's Valerie.
Yep, she got that boy Pop. Yes, she did. And like I've been saying for the longest, typically when When males go through it with males, typically it's behind a female.
Boyd joins us live. She was in the courtroom when he faced a judge. And Valerie, he was stunned that he didn't get bond.
That's right. You know, that dad says he was the one who called 911 for help, yet he's the one behind bars.
This is body cam from the scene. Investigators say Todd Powers shot his daughter's ex-boyfriend. However, Powers claims he was the victim.
I would like to speak. Excuse me.
Powers goes.
That dad ain't trying to hear that. Say no, he beat the daughter up before, and they told him to do it again, and he did it again. Oh, that's possible. Whoa. You say that's your family? You lying. Say, I wonder how old his daughter is with a 23-year-old grown. Oh, yep. I wonder that.
Before a judge desperate to...
He telling his lawyer, What you saying is not getting through to the judge. Let me explain what happened to the judge, because obviously you ain't doing what you supposed to be doing right now. Because I at least should have a bond. I am not a threat. What are we talking about?
Claims he was the victim.
I would like to speak. Excuse me.
Powers goes before a judge desperate to tell his side of the story despite advice from an attorney not to.
While my home was being invaded, my child was being attacked, and I called the police.
While my home was being invaded, my child was being attacked, I called the police. I did that. What do you mean I don't get no bond? I'm not understanding. Say, was the ex in the house?
So I don't understand why I'm being held without a bond or not.
Listen to the 911 call from the daughter.
Do you know who was doing the shooting? It was my dad. My ex-boyfriend just showed up to my house and he wouldn't leave.
You say, my ex-boyfriend just showed up. So she's saying, we didn't have no communication. I didn't tell him to come around here. He just showed up. And we all know what just showed up means, where you just slide up somebody's house and you hop out what's happening, and so that's what she's saying that happened. I don't believe that.
And they started fighting, so my dad shot him. Do you know why? My ex-boyfriend is harassing me. I don't know why he would pop up to my house.
My ex-boyfriend is harassing me. I don't know why he would pop up at my house. I have no idea. Let me tell you how I know that's a fib. That is a major fib. Shout out to Stacy for the $5 cash up. I appreciate that right there. We can't even get the lights up over 400. We almost out here. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. But look. Y'all still friends, though. I don't know why he'll pop up around here, but y'all still cool, though. So he just can't slide through? So y'all didn't talk before he slid up? Or maybe he was trying to call, but now you decided not to answer your phone. As such a good friend as you are, you decide not to answer your phone. Is that what you telling us? He did this on his own. Now, it's not far-fetched that she could be right. She could be telling the truth, because I told y'all about some good stuff, we act up. That's male and female. We act up behind some good stuff. And again, people don't want to be broke up with. I'm trying to tell you something. You don't want to be broke up with.
It was my dad. My ex-boyfriend just showed up to my house and he wouldn't leave. And they started fighting, so my dad shot him. Do you know why? My ex-boyfriend is harassing me. I don't know why he would pop up to my house.
And then that's what Kevin shot on the side.
Volusia deputies say 46-year-old Powers shot a 23-year-old man several times.
You say he should have listened to the lawyer? I would advise people to listen to the lawyer. But in this time, I kind of really don't. I don't know. I have a lawyer, but you're going to have to explain this shit. What do you mean I don't get a bond? Which this is a hearing. And if I don't get a bond now, I got to go back to the cell. No, we need to go ahead and clear this here up now. I need a bond. What are we talking about? But you still right. You still right. Don't say nothing. Let your lawyer talk. You absolutely correct. I have to agree with you. I really, really do. But I kind of understand why he did what he did, but we're going to have to say he was wrong for speaking out. Because it's in your best interest to let your lawyer do the job. Now, a lot of times, because we do know the lawyers don't have us in our best interests. A lot of times. Shout out to Mario for the $2 super chat. Say he wanted some more, sweet walls. Yes. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Listen, that's why it's not that far-fetched for him to just pop up now. Come on now. I know us. I know us who was born with a meat. I know us. I know what we'll do out here in these streets. About that monk.
This neighbor says he saw the victim laying on the driveway.
But he was gasping for air.
There you go. He probably caught a pointer, and that was my point. When I said these lawyers don't have us in our best interest, sometimes it could be that public pretender out here and caught a pointer was my point.
And at first I thought he was dead. That's what I thought at first. But then I saw him.
Say, if it's a paid lawyer, he tripping. If it's a public defender, then yeah, talk. Now, I can agree with that right there. If it seems like your lawyer not doing what they supposed to do because, listen, it's almost unfathomable. I think that's how you pronounce big word out here in these streets. Why ain't getting no bond, though? Do y'all understand what no bond, when they put a no bond on you, they still see you as some type of threat. The person I shot is in the hospital. I ain't no threat unless you telling me he about to get out and he had the right to slide back up to my house. Is that what you're telling me? And you don't want me to do nothing to him when he slide back up to my house? See, I had a public defender one time and she got me out. Yeah, now. Like I say, a lot of the public defenders don't have your best. No. They have your best interests. I said all that right there wrong. Yeah. Sometime it work out for you, sometime it don't. That was the easiest way for me to do that right there. Say no, we getting the best thing money can buy. It was first appearance, real Florida kingpins here. See, hell, he probably didn't even think that he need a paid lawyer. I call y'all. I defended my home. I defended my child. Obviously, his guns was legal because they did not bring up that it was illegal. We have the stand your ground law. Hell, if anything, he was beating on a female. That should get you out all day long.
And then as soon as the police were able to give him first aid, they gave him CPR, and right away he reacted. Started moving around.
When the victim arrived to the driveway, that's when an argument started. Shortly after that, shots were fired. Powers says deputies never questioned him before being arrested.
I was placed under arrest without being charged for 6 hours, taken from my home. I'm the one that called the police, Your Honor.
And deputies say even though it was the...
You say Papa might got a record. It could... You might be right. But for him to argue with like this, if he do got a record, I kind of don't think that the record should interfere with what's going on now. But you could be right. We don't know. Say if the pistol legal, I don't see why he is in jail. That's my point. Now, if it wasn't legal, I promise you the news would have said the gun wasn't registered, the gun wasn't his, just something. He wasn't supposed to have the gun. Just something would have been said about the firearm.
Victim who threw the first punch, it was Powers who shot the unarmed man. That man is now in critical condition. Live in Deltona, Valerie Boy, Fox 35 News.
You do not have to have a weapon to get shot in the state of Florida. I just got to be in fear for my life. Just saying. That's all we got. That's what's up. So listen, we just want to be careful out here with the things that we do. And if y'all got to really be paying attention to these daughters, because they will tend to follow their own understanding no matter how good your teachings is. Most of them won't follow your instructions. There's a small few who will. Most of them ain't doing it. Nope, because for some reason, somebody must have done told a whole bunch of them, you got to find out yourself. And they be believing that. Well, shout out to the new social life that's going on out here with the youth, the younger folk. They believe they know better than the parent. They really do. This is a different time. Really? Say a player got them on these overalls. Well, a player got on them overalls. Who? Is it in the courthouse? But listen, they think that they know better than the parents. That's what's up. But the older they get, y'all know they realize, I don't know more than the parent. I didn't have to be in the situation. All I had to do was listen. You do know you can learn from other people's situations. You can learn from your peers' situation. You can actually learn from videos. You can learn from hearing other people's situations, other people's problems. You know, the majority of people don't want to do meth or heroin. Why? Because we watch them people do it, and we've heard from other people who have experiences around that. So you decide, well, no, I don't want to do that. Look at them. So when people say, you got to go through it to learn, no, you don't. You actually don't. There's a few things you might have to go through. But the majority, the shit that we get ourselves in out here in these streets, we didn't have to go through that. We could have learned. We could have learned and avoided that. So I'm just here to help. Listen, we finna go ahead on and get on up out of here. I appreciate y'all being around here for the midday news. I appreciate it. Remember, we do got a join button. We got a join button for the membership. I appreciate everybody who has became a member to the Willie Williams Show. I appreciate that right there. Remember, please go around to the WillieWilliamsShow.com. Subscribe to the website. If you'd like to support the machine from the website, click on the Get link. Pick you up some for you and your children. If you would like to watch what we call the event videos, please go around to the Patreon, The Willie Williams Show. I'm glad that I'm able to get y'all through lunch breaks. And if y'all still hiding from your supervisor, you can stop hiding in about 20 seconds, because we finna go ahead on and get on up out of here, man. I appreciate the time that y'all done gave me out here. I always do appreciate y'all. I do never take the people for granted. I don't. Listen, thank you for all the thumbs up, sharing, the Cash Apps, the PayPals, the Super Chats, all that. Y'all just chilling with me in the morning day. In the midday shows and on the night shows. I appreciate everything that y'all do. And remember, if you can't always be on YouTube, you can listen to me, my midday shows, on Anchor and Spotify. I appreciate y'all spending time with me. I'm gonna go on and get on up out of here. Y'all have a wonderful day. Oh, I will be back at night. I'm out of here. Y'all enjoy. Peace.